cute, casual cute. If you even think I look cute, I don't know. But why I make a point to look like something is because we shallow. As a collective, we are very shallow. So people are more likely to click on, watch, and be entertained by somebody who looking cute, which is crazy. Like, do you want the information or not? Period. Peace Reflections, and welcome back to another Contradictions video. I am Kiana J, and you are watching our second Wellness Wednesday episode. As mentioned last week, all this month we are covering tincturing. Last week we covered an alcohol tincture. This time we will be covering an herbal glycerite or a glycerin tincture. It's going to be ginger, fresh ginger. I've actually already made it. And I'm proud of it. You know, I used a different technique this time. So I'm gonna explain. If you haven't watched the Tincturing 101 video, I suggest you do that before you jump into this video. But if you did, you probably remember me mentioning that glycerin is only second best at extracting and preserving. At extracting and preserving your herbs property. With that being said, you want to make it easy for the glycerin to do its job, which means you want to use A, fresh herbs, then B, you want to grind them up really good. So either put them in the blender, grate it with a grater, or you can do what I did today. I juiced it. I juiced some ginger and added the pulp and the juice back into the jar, and then pour the glycerin over. We'll get into it. Yeah, just stay tuned. If you're interested in how I juiced this ginger and made an herbal glycerite with it, stay tuned. All right, starting with the ingredients, I have juiced ginger here. You can either juice yours, grate it, or blend it, but you need to do one of the three. We also have vegetable glycerin here, as well as a little bit of alcohol, because I'm gonna do some alcohol. This is what grated ginger would look like, but after grating it, I was like, I want to get the most, so I'm gonna juice it. Look how happy I look about juicing this ginger. Juicing is definitely therapeutic. Here you see me putting the grated pieces into the juicer, and you see the juice coming out and the pulp flowing through the other end. Looks like bird poop. The reason I chose juicing over grating or blending is so that I could get the maximum amount of liquid out of the herb. The thing about glycerin is that it doesn't do well extracting properties. So if you use fresh herbs and you can get that juice out of the herbs, you'll have a more potent glycerite. So I juiced enough to make 2 jars worth of tincture this time. So you're gonna see me kind of concentrating and just making sure that I only put half of everything into the jar. And note that y'all don't really need to worry about measurements as long as you cover all the herbs with liquid. Measurements right now is just for me because I plan on selling it, and I plan on administering to others as well. So with that being said, you want to make sure that the math is the same every time. So with that being said, let's get into some affirmations. Affirming this glycerite is potent, powerful, and healing. Affirming it soothes any nausea I may experience. Affirming it fights off cold, flu, and rona symptoms. My health and wellness is my top priority. I enjoy making herbal medicines to heal myself and others. This tincture is crafted with the greatest good of all who may enjoy it in mind. And y'all already know what's next. It's time to shake it up, and you're gonna do this every day, at least once or twice a day. It's not as easy to shake. Not as easy at all. There we go. And then labels. Let me grab labels. All right, here's the label this time. This is a fresh ginger tincture. This is my ratio, 1 to 2. So there's twice as much liquid as there is herb. And I did it in grams and milliliters, that's how I measured. So it's 85% glycerin, 15% alcohol. I just like to add a little bit of alcohol just to up the preservation, the preservation abilities. And here is a note that I juiced the ginger this time. This is something new, so I want to see how it turns out. What else did I say? Oh yeah, I didn't add any water. The only water comes from the ginger. You don't want to do a lot of water in glycerin tinctures. So yeah, that's the label. So unfortunately, I don't have a glycerin tincture to taste on camera for everybody. I don't prefer them. They only work half as good as alcohol tinctures. They only last 3 to 5 years when alcohol can last you up to 10 years. They don't extract the properties very well, so there's no point, in my opinion, for me to make a glycerin tincture. Before we close, I want to go over the dangers of too much water in an herbal glycerite or a glycerin tincture. So, Glycerite should be at least 55% glycerin, or it's going to spoil way quicker than the 3 to 5 years that it's promised. Too much water is a bad thing. So if you decide to blend your herbs for your glycerite instead of juicing like I did or grating, then definitely do not blend with water. You want to blend with glycerin. And if you do want to add water to your tincture, definitely take into account the water that is already in the fresh herbs. And this brings us to the end of this Wellness Wednesday episode. As always, I appreciate you for watching. Thank you to those of you who like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you for sharing with your health conscious friends, and even maybe with your not so health conscious friends. We got to put each other on game. Love. Have a good one.